Star Trek Picard Episode 2, Maps and Legends, was another great one for Easter eggs, references, and callbacks. But for me, the biggest reference was the one left unreferenced. We saw Starfleet headquarters in San Francisco, which we've seen many times. We saw Picard's old comm badge, which we've seen many, many times. We saw a shady admiral, which we've seen many, many, many times before. We saw Picard serving tea, which we've seen okay, you know we've seen that. We did see an officer with the rank of Commodore, a rank we haven't seen since the original series.
Spock, this is Commodore Wesley. How do you do, sir? Mr. Spock.
We saw more of the attack on the Utopia Planitia shipyards, which we know is where the Enterprise D and the USS Voyager happened to be built. Also, with that Mars attack being on First Contact Day, Star Trek First Contact is forever tainted for me now. We also saw the Vasquez Rocks, which have been used as a filming location for lots of different alien planets throughout Star Trek history. In this episode, the Vasquez Rocks are used to portray a location on Earth, which actually really trips me up. How do rocks like this exist on Earth when they're also supposed to be alien planets? Also, the Vasquez Rocks today are in a public park, so if this is supposed to be the Vasquez Rocks, does Raffi own the land so she can have her trailer there? Or did she just decide to put a trailer there? And if this is still a public park and she just decided to put a trailer there, does she use that phaser rifle to get rid of all the people who are just constantly coming out to the public park? This one just hurts me to think about. And speaking of being hurt, that reminds me of one of the biggest references that the episode could have made, but didn't. Where is Beverly Crusher? There are two scenes in this episode where Beverly could have easily been name-dropped, but she wasn't. Beverly Crusher, of course, was the ship's doctor on the Enterprise D and was a longtime friend and love interest for Picard, but they never got anywhere with the love interest thing. In this episode, Picard is visited by another old doctor friend who appears to have been his doctor on the Stargazer, Picard's first command.
Your med scan came in at or above Starfleet minimums in every category. Cardiovascular.
Glad to hear Picard's artificial heart is still working.
Metabolic, cognitive, just that little abnormality in the parietal lobe.
I was told a long time ago that it might cause a problem eventually.
Picard was told long ago about that by Beverly.
But I did find a small structural defect in the parietal lobe.
Okay, I get it. It could have been awkward to mention Beverly here, but there's another scene where we hear this.
You need a crew. Riker, Worf, LaForge,
And Beverly? Why wouldn't he say Beverly too? Beverly would have been a great addition to the crew for this mission. Not only was she a doctor, but she could really handle herself. She commanded the Enterprise here and there.
Helm, set a new course. Heading 344 Mark 6. Full impulse.
Aye, sir. Sir, that heading takes us directly into the sun.
And she wasn't afraid to stand up to Captain Picard.
You have an appointment in your cabin, Captain, with your bed.
Is that an order, Doctor?
Yes.
She once found her way out of a static warp bubble. And she was savage with her phaser. She didn't even hesitate to take a phaser to her ghost lover when she realized that all he was after was her anaphasic energy.
I love you.
So Beverly could have easily been name-dropped here, but wasn't. And I wonder why. I don't think she would be dead at this point because the show has invested so much time into showing us that Picard is mourning Data's death. It would be odd to be like, oh, and yeah, Beverly's dead too. I am betting that Beverly is still out there somewhere. Gates McFadden certainly is. She even attended the Star Trek Picard premiere, and look how cute they are. All right, Star Trek Picard, I'm waiting for you to reference Beverly, and I can't wait to make a video when that happens. What did you think of this episode? What references did you catch? Leave me a comment and let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, and see you out there.
Something tells me that you're going to have to put up with me for a long time to come.
Well, it won't be easy.